Morning world, welcome to Tuesday 15th of March. Oh, I'm coming. I don't actually know what you're belly aching about because it's not like you're hungry. Okay, so I've got a few jobs to do around the farmyard today. Need to get in there, refresh their bed. They will need a bit more grub later on, but not till they finish that. Floor in the air is done. You already know it because you've seen me do it, so it is all completed now, up to a point. I mean, it would be nice one day to concrete this, but not this year. We've concentrated on getting the inside done, ready for lambing. We needed the flooring in for that. It's got to the point now where I've got to think a bit about the outside. I've still got a great big hole to fill in. Yeah. So anyway, so I've been umming and ahhing about how I'm going to try and stop the damp going through this concrete. You can buy a proper tanking membrane. It's like an egg box membrane, and I think to do that length down there would be around about 200 quid, say. Or I can buy a roll of DPM, damp-proof membrane, which is a thick polythene, a 4 metre by 10 metre roll. I think it's 10 metres for 20 quid. And the way I look at it is I don't need 4 meters. If I double it over and have it double thickness, I reckon that will be enough to keep the very worst of the damp out. As long as I don't damage it too much when we're back filling, once everything's settled, as long as there's nothing too sharp against it and making holes in it, and I'm doing it double thickness, that kind of should be okay. I don't mind if we get the odd little patch. I'm not storing corn in there or sort of other real sort of delicate perishables. There may be bales in there sometime, but yeah, basically I just want to stop the damp going through the wall. So we're going to shoot off to build it in a minute and pick up some DPM, and I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to put DPM in on the back wall here, double thickness. I'll loop it over, hang it on some rope. It'll be a bit of a fiddle to fit it, but then once that's done, I can finish off setting these pipes in properly. I can finish off fitting the drains that go onto that gully down there. I can put the gully box in. Basically, we can look at filling all this in and actually getting back another 10 foot a yard. I mean, we're not going to encourage people to drive really close to the barn because these are only 95mm panels. I don't want a load of weight next to it, but for holding the yard back, they should be more than adequate. And we have put the pre-stressed face, just in case anybody asks, and that's the reason the panels are on the outside of the posts. It's because of the pressure of the wall. So the pre-stressed smooth face of the panels is facing outwards and they're resting against the RSJs. Okay, there's always going to be pressure from the outside. There's rarely going to be any pressure from the inside, and if I do get any muck in there, I won't have any problem pushing against it this way because there's more than enough earth pushing back that way. Equal and opposite forces and physics and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, whatever way we do it, we should be okay. But yeah, I need to start making some progress on this now. I'd like to go muck spreading, but that's not going to happen today. It's quite damp out. We've supposed to be got a fairly dry week. If it stays dry, maybe Friday we'll get some out. Maybe. Oh, look at my yard. See, I've had one or two tell me I've got a mucky yard. Yeah, I know, but that's because it's a stone yard and it's a farm and muck moves about. Right. Okay, so yeah, we are pretty much finished with the roller. Roller is due to go back tomorrow. There's not much more I can do down here with rolling the stone. I may go over it again. You playing, dog? But I may just the last job I may do with the roller this afternoon, if it's again dry enough, I might roll my lawn. Not with the vibrating on, you understand? Just rolling on. Oh yeah! Manhole cover. Do you want to see the manhole cover? Oh, behave! I actually come down here to show you my manhole cover. I'm actually quite pleased with it. So, you know, for a DIY farmer job, it's not that bad. Look at that! 12 ton! Yeah, I'm not going to break it. I could with a hammer probably, because it's cast, but I'm not going to be running over this for, well, any time soon, I shouldn't think. We've basically done it in such a way that hopefully I can't catch that with the skid steer bucket. I've got a filling around the end of here just to get this lip off. I've left the lip there on purpose so I can stone up to it. I've got 1/4 ton of concrete aggregate left in the bucket, the skid steer. That's where it's going to go. I'm going to put it around that cover because that'll pack down quite hard. Yeah, job done. Right, let's go to build it. Right, that's TPM picked up. So 100 square meters, 25 meters long by 4 meters wide was 51 quid, which I didn't think was too bad actually. It means I could just wrap around the corners a little bit as well. So the barn should be somewhere between 20 and 22 meters long, I think, with the panels. So yeah, a bit around the corners should be a tight enough job. Right, home, but not that way because there's traffic lights up there. I don't want to get stuck in them again, so I'm going that way. Just had a chat with a guy behind the counter there. I don't know if I've put the bit of video up, so I'll give you a little bit of backstory. Holly made a cake for somebody. It was a Teletubbies cake, I think, and they never showed up for it. They just never turned up. So Holly's boss, the lady she works for, said that she'd buy it. I put it up on Instagram, and she said she'd buy it, and it was then donated to build it, because obviously not to build it, guys go in there for sandwiches in the shop and that. It was just a gift for them. And they haven't opened it yet. Apparently, well, they've opened it and they've looked at it, but no one yet has had the nerve to cut it. They said it looks too nice to cut. They didn't know what was in it. There was a Victoria sponge in it. And you go, oh, yummy. They said the least thing you got to do is you got to go in there and bite the head off the bunny. That's kind of necessary. So I think it's a case later on they're going to open the box, pull the cake out. Someone's going to bite the head off the bunny, and then they will demolish the cake. I'm kind of regretting that they hadn't already cut it, because I could have had a bit, but yeah, never mind. Right, this is what we're using. BBA 20583, I presume that's the density of this membrane. Basically, this is a damp-proof membrane. This is what you put in the base of your house to pour concrete on top of to keep damp out. It's damp-proof membrane, DPM. It's 25 meters long, so plenty long enough, and 2 meters wide. So the way I look at it, that's about 5 foot, top to bottom of the panel. I've put a ratchet strap all on top there. The idea is I'm going to try by myself, it's going to be a struggle, to unwrap this, wrap it over, bring it at the back, wrap it over the ratchet strap so it's double thickness hanging down. I'll then tap the ratchet strap down so it's all along the top of the wall, and literally basically just start backfilling this. I want to have the membrane come down the wall and out a bit, with the idea being as these drains will then sit on top of the membrane. Now what I'm hoping is going to happen is any water that comes down and runs down the wall, instead of going on down into the ground, it'll be caught in the membrane, and then it'll be picked up either by the perforated drain that goes all the way that way. In fact, there's two. There's another perforated drain that I'm going to lay down that goes that way as well. And in the middle there, where those blocks are, we're going to put another gully trap. So hopefully all those things will help me get rid of water from up on the yard and off the roof. So we've got the gutter downpipe there. We've got another one that end should we need it, so we can connect into either or both ends. It will probably be this end, simply because it's more out of the way, less likely to get clouted than that end, and also that pipe is going to have to take water from the roof over there, whereas this pipe here, where this joins in, is only at the moment taking water from those two gully drains, sharing the load. Right. Moving all that out, shifting all this and putting the ratchet strap up, that was the easy bit. This is one of those jobs I could do with 3 or 4 people. I ought to really wait until the lads get back and give them to give me a hand, but they're busy. The job they're on is kind of going to be all day, so I'm going to try and do it myself. It could go horribly wrong. Probably go horribly wrong. Right, I'm going to stick you on time lapse over here because you don't want this in real time. Apart from being a bit out of puff, that actually went better than I thought it was going to. I think the fact that there's no wind helped quite a bit. Right, I just need to give the middle of that strap a bit of support, and I reckon I've got just the thing for that in there. Come to me. It doesn't need a lot, but every bit. They strap that to there, like that. What I don't want to do is put any holes in the membrane, if I can help it, so I just need to hold it up a bit while I straighten it out, set the pipes and start putting some material back in. Bit of string. Okay, we are getting there. Basically the membrane is kind of in. What I'll do is when I get to the sort of the final last, I don't know, foot or so for the top, I'll take the strap out and I'll probably just roll the membrane down outwards again or something, just so that it's not stuck up. We're going to get a bit of moisture behind it. Can't help getting some moisture between the membrane and the concrete panel, but if I can keep that to a minimum, and this has been the cheapest option I could come up with, quite a bit of work, but I think we'll be okay. So dinner time. I think what we'll do after dinner, I need to sort out this pipe. So I've got a fall going that way. I need to, this is actually falling downhill here, I need to pick that up. So I'll be in with some gravel to lift up the joints on the pipe, put the spirit level on it, make sure I've got everything falling the right way, and then I can start backfilling. Probably only going to do, well, I say I'm probably going to do, I want to get half of it done today. Would be quite nice. Be very nice. We'll see. We'll see. Anybody want any free firewood? I've got a load to get rid of. Looking for a home. Through the collector, give me a ring, take it away. No, not that. That. That's been a fairly full-on day today. I've got more or less as far as I wanted to. Membrane's up, all the pipes are in. Basically all the pipes have been, I've had gravel around them rather than nasty big sharp stones and boulders. I've still got a tidy up along the back of edge there. I'll let this settle in overnight. We've still got the roller, so it might be a case of trying to blend some over the top of this and just pack it down a bit. I'm not going to go mad at pack it down, and I know it's all going to settle again. But tomorrow, if I can, I'd like to finish off filling in that side, and then again, like I say, just probably end up getting another load of that type one that we had last time, because that actually made quite a tidy job. But not just yet. I'll pay for this month's bill first, and then maybe I'll do that next month. So, but yeah, we have made some progress. The yard is, now you can kind of see the depth of the yard out here. There's plenty of space for 2 vehicles to pass if they wanted to. There's a reasonable chance that next year we'll be stacking some of our silage bales down against the side of here, out of the way. So not a terrific amount of pressure on the ground, spread out over a load, shouldn't hurt the panels, and we got room for it. And also, if I've got bales up, give them a bit more protection from the weather too while they're there. Yep, it's auto gyro. Right, it is time for me to go and upload tonight's video. I've had enough. I'll see you tomorrow.